They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
Gotta be gentle on the gums. Don't want any bleeding gums. Oh, gotta watch this mole right here. This thing's getting pretty gnarly and big. Probably have to get it removed within the next couple years. It's really grown in size. Yep, still cutting my own hair. Alright, June 30th, 2021, covering from my pulmonary embolism last month, getting back into running every day. We're going to try to head out on some boulder trails, actually, get outside. It's going to be a bit hot out, got to watch for rattlesnakes, but here's some of my gear, sponsor plugs. Let's load up here. Roka shades, check those out. Sandy and I have a landing page. Sign up for 20% discount. Roka, Koros, Verdix watch. I'm wearing heavy duty GPS, extra long battery life. Check out our enter code stage at Chorus Global. I wear the heart rate strap, get some accurate heart rate data. Been monitoring that as I'm running, especially on the trails. Oh, I got the Insta360 long stick, Insta360 X2 1 camera. Check out the affiliate link I have in the description below, and Camelback Octane 18 vest. Good old trusty vest. Nice for fast packing and longer excursions, but could load that up with some Spring Energy gels, my first aid kit. Now, what do we got in here? Ooh, a new awesome sauce, Spring Energy, enter code SAGE. Actually, I'm gonna load up with some fluids too. Passion fruit yam, it's an endurance powder mix. 2 scoops, you use 2 scoops of this in a ½ liter of water, about 17 ounces of water here, my Camelback soft flask, because that's the right concentration. Great organic ingredients. I help develop this flavor. A lot of carbohydrates, a lot of sodium, electrolytes, potassium, all the good stuff. 435 milligrams of sodium per serving. Salt, I need the good salt. Gotta stay hydrated out there. You know, it's natural because it actually clumps up a bit in the water. You gotta give it a good shake to really get it to mix up and dissolve with the water. But, you know, that's all natural ingredients, basically powdered fruit, powdered passion fruit, and powdered yam to get it that consistency. So, all natural drink mix. It's got the vitamins and the antioxidants. Enter code SAGE, myspringenergy.com. Gotta put on my Hoka Ona Ona Torrent 2 trail shoes. Alright, let's get out onto the trail. Wah! Alright, running. It's gonna turn into a trail. It's still kind of a dirt road right now, but it's a trail. I'm trail running back here. It's gonna be tame trails, nothing too technical. A little gentle climbing, because I've been running around Boulder on the flat bike paths. Super low intensity, monitoring the heart rate, keeping it, just trying to build my mileage up. Been running every day now, been able to do that, 5 miles, 8 kilometers, shorter runs, but fun to get out, try to enjoy the summer a bit. Ooh, I'm gonna get too out of breath going up this hill maybe. First climbing run here. Yeah, so just trying to ease back into it, nothing too hard. Get some fitness back in the lungs, because, a month ago, I couldn't run at all. And for a pro mountain runner, you tell the doctors, oh yeah, I'm an athlete, I run. I couldn't run at all. I could go like a minute before I had to walk, and that was on the flats. I'd get winded going up a flight of stairs. So that's how drastic it was. That's how hard it was. But it's a process. And I'm still trying to recover from this, build up the lungs again. And it's been hard. Not gonna lie. It's humbling. I'll reflect on this later, I guess, after this run, but let's get some scenery on this. Scenery on the run. right, back to the trailhead here. Nice little run, almost 5 miles. I messed up my watch, but I was filming actually the new Insta1 360, Insta360 X2, filming those 360 shots with. Was carrying the long pole though. This thing's pretty heavy, I will say, but also shooting with the GoPro here. But yeah, let's get back out, run some errands, and then do some exercises back at home. Sure to stretch out and rehydrate, of course, and refuel. Let's get back. Oh yeah, check out my affiliate code for this camera, as well as that little white camera I was having in the other vlogs, the camping vlogs. The Insta Go 2, I got affiliate links in the description below. Get a small commission from them. They do help me out a bit with those sales. So if you're interested in these cameras, Insta360, great brand. All right, so back home now, and you know, it feels great to be back out running on the trails that I love, just running in general, even though they're short, relatively short and relatively slower paced, low intensity runs compared to what I'm used to. And, you know, not being able to race has kind of been a bummer this summer. I was supposed to be out in Chamonix this weekend doing the Mont Blanc Marathon, but obviously not in shape for that. And just coming back from this pulmonary embolism, but also just, you know, the risk of falling on a technical mountain trail and hitting my head or getting cut open or something would be pretty great, too much of a danger. But, you know, I'm thankful. I am thankful to be back running, especially this soon, but trying to be gradual and smart with it. And had some doctor appointments, some issues with scheduling, but I digress there. Just thankful first to be alive, but also, you know, you look back on different things in your life. And growing up, maybe, I'm sure your story maybe is quite a bit different from mine, but you know, I grew up very lucky. I was very fortunate throughout my whole childhood, having 2 parents in the household, really supportive parents that spoiled me. Every opportunity. We weren't poor. We didn't grow up in poverty like a lot of people across the world do. They didn't have to worry about putting food on the table. We weren't rich, so to speak, by U.S. standards financially, but that didn't stop me from having every opportunity, thanks to my parents, to compete at the highest level in athletics and academics throughout school, throughout high school, running, you know, for the team, but then also throughout college. You want to go to a private Ivy League school? Fine, get a lot of financial aid. And that's how, you know, things worked out very well for me. I could study what I wanted to. I could run at the highest level, NCAA Division I in the U.S., and then being lucky to be sponsored after I graduated college, which was a while ago now. But just getting that and, you know, still being sponsored, that kind of opportunity, I realize I don't take for granted at all. And I've been really lucky, you know, no overuse injuries for over 20 years until kind of this last year. And then, of course, with COVID hitting, everyone kind of got bummed out about that. And still people are still fighting to get their lives back, so to speak. And, you know, people lose their lives for all sorts of challenging, you know, all sorts of things that are kind of out of our control, so to speak. But, you know, maybe your story, you grew up with a lot of hardship, maybe there's something you've had to overcome in your life. And, you know, looking back on that, there's, you know, accidents happen, people get sick for a variety of reasons. People are in car accidents, people grow up in poverty, like I said earlier, or, you know, something traumatic happens to you, maybe in your childhood, maybe as a young adult. You know, you struggle with a lot of things. Everyone's kind of fighting their own battle. And, you know, even in the realm of like mental health or substance abuse, addiction, right? With alcohol or something like that, it could be very challenging. And, you know, in retrospect, when I look at my life, I still feel very fortunate and very lucky. And a lot of that's thanks to all your support on here, on the YouTube community, and through the sport, the great sport of running, which we've always found to be very empowering and a healthy activity in general, but mentally and physically. And, you know, even if you're like the most famous person, rich person in the world, you got all the money you want, you know, rock star, famous movie star, a lot of those people still struggle with things like, you know, depression or something like that. That could be, you know, that could really, it's a bummer. And it's really tough to overcome. And so people struggle with all these things. And I do realize that it's not just about running. It's not just about, you know, maybe getting injured in running or running a bad race, but just going through life and trying to overcome these obstacles and challenges that, you know, as you get older, I've realized inevitably do start to come. And you can't let them
you have to overcome them, so to speak, and work through it. And it's hard, and I understand that now. And, when you're lying in the hospital, a couple months ago, I was in the hospital. They're monitoring me for my pulmonary embolism, blood clots in the lungs. They got me hooked up to all the heart machines. They got the mini EKG basically on me, and I'm hooked up to the little beepy machine that you see in the movies. And, it's doing its little thing, and you're worried it's going to flatline, and they're monitoring for you. They're monitoring that, so in case you have a heart attack or your heart flatlines, they're going to come rushing in the middle of the night, and you close your eyes at night in the lonely, dark hospital. And, I start thinking to myself, maybe I won't wake up. Maybe I'll close my eyes and this will be it. And this happens all the time in hospitals, and it's kind of scary, but it gives you a kind of a different perspective, I think, on life, and to be thankful for all these little moments, to be thankful for family and close friends, and just even strangers you meet on the street that are kind to you, because like I said, you don't know exactly where everyone's coming from. You don't know their full life story. And through running and through maybe this YouTube community, hopefully we've been able to unite and share some commonalities, but also learn from others and overcome these obstacles. Running's hard in itself. Getting in shape, running through the pain of fatigue of a race or finishing a long distance race, it's really hard. But life could also be pretty hard at times, and to celebrate these good moments and to look for all the little positives in the day. And I myself, I get tied up in some negative thought cycles sometimes, or stressed out from little things in day-to-day life, like little silly things, right? They say don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. It's like a book. But like, driving your car in traffic and someone cuts you off, or, the boss sends you a critical email and they make you work extra over the weekend, or, all these little things. They mess up your food order at the restaurant or fast food or something. Those are little bummers, but at the same time, you also get little wins, little positives, little joys. The other day I was in the supermarket, and I was clumsy. After I bought this, I was bagging my groceries. So I was putting away this big thing of blueberries, fresh organic blueberries. They're quite expensive. I like to have them in the summer here. It's a special treat to get these fresh blueberries, like $6, $7 thing of blueberries. And after I bought it, I was putting it in my bag, but I was clumsy and I spilled it, and it scattered all over the floor, all these blueberries all over the grocery store. And at first I was like, oh man, I got to pay for these. I'm not going to get my blueberries. They're all over the floor now. I wasted all this food. The staff comes in and they're sweeping it up, and people are worried about stepping on it. And I felt really embarrassed. But, they just comped me for it. They said, oh, you know what? We'll get you another can of blueberries, another box of blueberries. Don't worry about the mess. We're going to clean it up. And, that was a win, little positive. So there's little positives throughout our day. There's people supporting you maybe behind your back that have your back, and you want to be thankful for that. But, when I wake up every morning now, I'm thankful to be alive. And maybe it takes a scare like my pulmonary embolism episode, or some sort of other episode that kickstarts you into your life, and hopefully starts some positive thought patterns and positive energy and progression forward as we try to improve and enjoy life, really improve our quality of life, but hopefully empower others along the way. And so that's kind of the little message rant I really wanted to share on this vlog and this long talk. But in closing, thank you so much for following along with this journey. Again, we'll be doing more informative training talks, of course. And got to finish up my day here and get some refreshments and some food in. And just really thankful to be able to still be doing this, doing what I love, making videos, running. It's been a great journey, and we want to keep pressing forward.
All right, beer and cheese time. And by beer and cheese, I mean vegan cheese. It's actually pretty good. And this non-alcoholic brew here, actually kind of decent. It's definitely not an Avery though. I gotta get some more Avery actually. I'm supposed to cut back a little bit on the regular alcohol just because of the blood thinners I'm on. It's a little not a good thing to have too much regular beer, but refreshing. I drink this a little bit earlier in the day. Good, another win. All right, thanks so much for tuning in here as I try to recover from my pulmonary embolism, get my health back, get my running back, make it back out. and try to just progress and improve in life. And hopefully you could relate to some of this journey, but I'm going to be continuing sharing this on the vlog, so be sure to subscribe. Thanks to all the Patreon supporters for really making this channel possible. Shout out to title sponsor, Hoka One One, keeping the dream alive. Let me know how you're doing in the comments below. Great to hear from you guys. Share your own stories. So inspiring to hear from you guys. The community on here is really generous, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Check out our training plans for any service, any distance at higherrunning.com. Thanks again. Hope you're doing well, and stay tuned for more VO2 Max Productions.